We heard three youthful songs by Chopin, A Maiden's Wish, Spring, and Dumka. Who's going to go first? Byron?
Well, it's not a guessing game, but I assume this is Teresa ZYLIS-GARA,
Yes,
who
it
has a new recording of Chopin's songs. I'm glad to hear it for two reasons. When I was young, Mariah Korenko lived at the University of Chicago and did a lot of Chopin's songs, and I always heard them in French or Russian, so it's sort of interesting to hear them in Polish. But they are exquisite, and I think that, especially in the last one, simply ravishingly sung. Miss ZYLIS-GARA is a singer that has never interested me on the stage. She's awfully bland, it seems to me, but I think she was made for these songs, and I'm awfully glad somebody made them available to us. Are they actually all youthful? The notes say they were written throughout his lifetime, but at any rate, they certainly have more Slavic character, I suppose, than almost anything we ever hear in Chopin's music.
I don't have the answer to your question, I'm terribly sorry to say. But thank you for your observations. Richard Mohr?
Well, I agree with Byron that it's one of those rare instances where a recording is ideal just because the artist is paired with the right music. Too many artists, I think, today are either through their own volition or through the record company's pressure, recording things for which they're not actually suited. And ZYLIS-GARA, I think, in these songs is absolutely sensational. I mean, it sounds like a disembodied voice. It is really first-rate singing, and the pianist, if I recall, it's another young Polish girl, isn't it, who's the accompanist?
Halina Czerny-Stefanska.
Yes, I think
Polish,
she's first-rate too, right?
She's a concert pianist in her own right.
Exactly, yes.
Right.
So I'm sure this was a labor of love for the two artists.
Yes. Jascha Silberstein?
I liked it very much. I concur. If I have one criticism, it is the same thing what she does sometimes on the stage. By the way, I like her on the stage, many things. But what she does, she has, which is almost like a little mannerism. She hits certain notes without any trace of a vibrato, just what I would call a white note, which somehow interrupts the legato. And she does this here a couple of times too, but it's less noticeable in these songs because they are very melancholic and soft songs, so it is not as, and she sings of course on a lower dynamic level than when she is on stage. On stage sometimes that is really comes glaringly out, where here it is, but I noticed it here too, but otherwise I think it's a beautiful record, sure.
I think you should talk to her.
Sure. Oh yes, sure.
May I throw in a comment? The recorded sound seemed marvelous. I mean, it was the quietest background. I mean, it was just in an aura of beautiful
It
silence.
was really chamber music.
Yeah, right.
Interestingly enough, in this digital era, it's an analog recording,
Well,
which may say volumes, I don't know. Erato, a French import. Recording company pressure an artist into doing something that wasn't justifiable.
Because they think they can sell it. That's why, recording companies are in the business. I mean, they are purveying, some of life's greatest experiences. But there are masterpieces of music that some companies turn pale at the mere thought of recording because you could not give them away. There are very few recordings in the entire Schwann catalog, for example, of Pélias and Mélisande. It's one of my regrets that in all the years I produced operatic recordings, I never got to record Pélias and Mélisande. And I think it is coming into its own now at the Met, but I still think it is not selling tickets, and it is not going to be a record bestseller the way Aida, Carmen, La Bohème are.
But wouldn't it be to the record company's advantage to pair the proper artist with the proper vehicle?
Oh, surely. Even if they do that, though, if the music itself is not viable, commercially speaking, they are not going to get involved in it.
It's a frustrating business then
It
to
is.
anyone with...
Well, it's particularly so today. It gets worse all the time because recording costs go up. Even abroad now in Europe, there's not an appreciable savings.
well, there's a shortage also of certain kinds of voices, like heroic tenors and stuff, and like Aida sopranos, and so we have someone like Mirella Freni, who is essentially a more lyric singer, doing Aida with Karajan, with pretty good results, as a matter of fact. But I mean, often they are being forced beyond their basic repertorial strength.